This is my last evening here. Tomorrow I'll be flying off to Europe, Switzerland, the industrial world. I'm not even gone and I already miss it. Be good, Galopin.
About ready to go. My clothes are ready. Carry-on luggage, yellow carry-on luggage. I'm not taking much with me. I'm mostly taking my computer, some hard drives, a little bit of clothes, so I can work while I'm away. The boat is all ready and ready to be left alone. And then I'm bringing this bag of groceries to Wendy. Just leftover food, and I don't need it here on the boat. I'm sure she could use it. So I'm going to Bella Vista one last time, and then I'm going to spend a night at Lily's boat, and so tomorrow I can take a taxi at 5 o'clock in the morning and get going. So it is. Almost ready. Let's go.
My flight was scheduled for 7 in the morning. I was concerned about getting around in airports. I'd have to do some walking, so I registered online as a person with a disability. I've traveled enough to know that traveling by plane is not as comfortable as traveling by boat. Lots of walking and standing around waiting. I did not really need a wheelchair like my neighbors here, yet I was happy to be along with them and not have to hobble to the airplane on foot. I chose a window seat and looked out at the mountains I had once hiked, and hoped that I'd be able to hike those trails again someday. I had a quick glimpse of Galopin down below. I was away just a few hours and already missed my floating home, but I knew he was in good hands with Cheetah. About halfway to Lisbon, we passed by the Canary Islands. There was the great island of Tenerife, and beyond is the island of La Palma, and of smoke of erupting volcano Cumbre Viejo. A geological event that is spewing smoke and ash up into the atmosphere. And I began to remember the time I spent there discovering this astonishing island on foot. It was my favorite of the archipelago. A true spectacular sight with its deep volcanic craters that are lush thanks to its fresh water sources, as well as its history of native peoples who once populated this island before being conquered by the Spanish. But now, it was being conquered by the greatest force known to man, Mother Nature. The volcano is covering huge parts of the island in lava and threatening cities like Los Llanos de Aridan here. As well as the quaint little town of Tazacorte, where me and Galopin spent several months, which is now being evacuated because of the advancing molten rock. These are streets where I once celebrated the local festivities, because Canarians, like Cape Verdeans, are lovers of life and fiestas. And this is where I met my Colombian friends Javi and Tita during a World Cup soccer game at a local bar. Where I watched Ali and Freddie dance passionately, and Javi taught me a few steps. And where I ate Colombian favorites like sancocho with Oscar and family. And where I wandered in the banana plantations where many of my new friends were employed. And now many of these plantations are being swallowed by the devastating lava. And it's where me and Galopin live next to Arturo, my dear friend and doctor who helped me with my pharmacy. as well as Bert here, who built a house just above, which is threatened by the advancing lava. Marina Tazacorte is one of my favorite marinas I've lived at, one of the best ever. And now, along here, where I sail by many times, the coast is changing day by day. A dear friend who helped me with precision lives very near the lava flow. Danny here is at the front lines of destruction. We had such fun with this girl Greater on Galopin. And then there was the time I anchored to meet the crazy gang of South Americans at the annual event called Fiesta de Aguas. Javi, Titer, Greta, Joanna, Nicola, Kelly. They took me in as one of their own. Such great memories. So much love and happiness.
Never have I sailed with such musical bravado, so many smiles and such appreciation for life. All these people came from either Colombia or Cuba. They work hard as house painters in the banana plantations and in shops all week and play on weekends. Life was tough where they came from, but the culture beautiful. And it's here on the island of La Palma, home to just 80,000 people. And for now, my home too.
I love it here, man.
For years I chased after money and success and admiration of my peers. And never in my life have I received such accolades. And all me and Galopin did was go out to sea for an afternoon.
They live on a tiny island in the Atlantic. The earth is angry, but they don't deserve its wrath. I hope and pray for their well-being.
In the sweet despair, I find something true that I like.
We're landing in Lisbon. Now my concern is getting to my connecting flight. I have less than 30 minutes before boarding, and I'm hoping and praying that I don't have to walk too far to get there. Amazingly, it was just 2 minutes away.
I gotta say, there's advantages of being handicapped. I get to sneak in through all the lines and be the first one boarding and stuff. And yeah, so I'm taking advantage of this handicap situation. Not to take advantage of it, because it really freaking hurts, but hey, man.
You've already left me, anger won't bother me now. There's no one to blame for your love.
Meanwhile, I'm approaching my homeland. It's getting greener and greener as we make our way across Spain and France. The Alps appear, and Europe's highest peak, Le Mont Blanc, is clearly visible today. As we descend, I recognize my land. It's as green as it's always been. The trip has been close to perfect. Everything on time and not much walking. I pass by the expensive advertising billboards, part of my old life. And suddenly, I'm with family.
Hey, look who's here, everybody. It's brother Stefan who came to pick me up from the airport. Wow, it's kind of weird to be here. It's all green. Everybody's driving really fast. But it's good to be back. We made it. My mother. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Okay, here we go with Mike. He's taking me to the hospital. We'll see what happens there, if they can fix me up pretty soon. We're here in beautiful Switzerland. It's a beautiful day, but it's cold here. And Mike's been very kind, made me some good coffee, good food yesterday.
7 degrees.
7 degrees! I haven't been below 18 degrees for several years. It was 24 degrees at night in Cape Verde, and that was almost kind of chilly. So we'll see what happens at the hospital, okay?
I did not have to wait too long at the hospital. Once I was registered, they took me to an observation room. I showed them my x-rays and the diagnosis was pretty quick. My pelvis had broken. Surgery was necessary. I feel like Dr. House is about to show up. Maybe it will be like a Dr. House. Maybe. Could be cool. Hope he's not so mean though. Alright, now I'm prepped up to be scanned. They put some ink in my bloodstream to scan me better in some CT scan. The general practitioner communicated her diagnosis. She said I'd have to wait for a 3D scan. While I waited, I was fed. It was good, but a bit bland. Then they took me to the scan facility.
Okay, this is getting serious. CT scan, 3D.
No ink was injected, it was just an x-ray. I need a 3D scan and surgery.
So I come out of the emergency room. I've done the x-rays and everything like that. Now I have to talk to a social worker, because my case is serious and complicated. Not so much as how to fix my hip and how to finance it.
It was great to have you along on this voyage. Give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoyed this series. Me and Galopin promise you a good time every Wednesday, so welcome aboard.